All right. So we will use this session, this follow up, to just kind of like connect, tie up any loose pieces or any pieces that have come up since we had your session. And we can look at, I can't remember if you had anything for me to look at yet with your work, but we can look at anything you want me to look at with what you're creating, what you're developing, what you're doing in your business.
Okay. Okay. Straight up, I had lots of energy movement, lots of clearing. I noticed people around me were doing great or shifting, but in myself, I don't know, maybe I must be, maybe I can't see it, but I noticed other people around me, like there was 2 people that I had done an energy cord cut with, and them 2 people have come full circle, and they are both coming from a higher space in themselves, which is good, but I don't feel I'm shifting. Now maybe I am. My course can't.
No. This is, you've got to look, let everything be an affirmation of you having stepped into something higher.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you're just refusing to see what's there. Which is just funny that we do that. Like a lot of people do that. Like, no, I'll see it when it looks like this. But don't do that. Like, don't make it conditional. Let everything be an affirmation that you've stepped into something higher. And when you choose that, you'll see it more, you'll see it more, you'll see it more, you'll see it everywhere. And then it will shift the way you feel about everything.
Yeah, it is shifting. I'm seeing it in close relationships. I'm seeing a shift. Yeah, definitely. It's undeniable. With the course side of things, I'm stuck.
Yeah, and isn't that a major difference? That's a major difference. Like, oh my God, it's undeniable. Now you're already letting something in.
Yeah.
That's all you're gonna always let everything in.
Okay. Yeah. It's happening.
Because you are in a different energy. You look very different. Your energy field is different. You're so much more grounded in your truth and grounded in your sovereignty. And so how that shows up is how it shows up. It will show up more, it will show up more, it will show up more. But however it's showing up, take it as evidence, take it as feedback, take everything that's there.
Okay. Yeah. I think I've discovered that I'm a transmuter. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. See?
Yeah.
So when you remember that, you're like, oh, this is awesome. What else is possible? And you'll move into more expansion. But when you do, if people do like, well, other people are changing, but I'm not changing. Now you're not in the possibility. Let it show up however it's going to show up and be like, yes. And I wonder what else is possible that I'm stepping into that's happening in my life, because you have to already receive what's there.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And then it's just, I love the enthusiasm. It's just the stuckness that I feel around moving forward in the career. It's like I don't fully trust what I'm doing. I don't fully trust what I'm bringing. It's like it has to come through me. And although I did a massive clear out in my office last week, and I created a lovely space and all of that. But
you know what? No. So keep moving into what this is creating. That all will come. That is like a no-brainer. Like, it's like saying, I don't know. It's like if you're a fashion designer and you're like, I don't know, what am I going to create? And then someone comes in and there's the models and there's the fabric and there's the, there's all the stuff. And they're like, oh, I'm going to take this fabric. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Like, that part's going to come. Just be in the space until the fabric comes in and the models come in and the ideas come in. And like, that part will be supplied. The thing is for you. keep moving into the what is showing up, because what is showing up is the expansion. So don't put that cart before the horse.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. I can see that now. Yeah. So yeah, staying in that openness, and I'm so delighted you're doing the thing tomorrow. I'm like, yes, that inspiration. Yeah, and actually the last time we talked, I'm at home again. So I was in my mum's and I'm home again, and that situation has been heavy. It is heavy, and I have to say I'm managing it very, very well, actually. So I'm actually transmuting all the time, but I'm living in the
Good.
same environment. I was saying, will I leave? Should I leave? Should I go? I didn't want to leave my
Yeah.
daughter.
So there's two pieces. No, even that. No, there is the space where you choosing to go is going to be a really important part. So there is the space of like, be still and know. As I stay here, everything transmute and then the doors open. But there's a big piece that's like, you step through the door. You step through the door. There's a reason you're not stepping through the door. It's not about your daughter. There's a reason you're not stepping through the door, and it's a whole different reason. You know, the door because you don't trust that you are provided for. You don't trust that you're sourced. It's not just that you don't trust your source. You're not fully willing to receive your source, what you're sourced with. Like, it won't be enough. It won't be good enough. It won't be there for me. And you know it will be. So let it be enough. Yeah, it's just the same thing as what we talked about before. You bump out what is showing up, and because you expect it to look different or feel different, and so you're somehow bumping it out. So if it feels fluid, like you just walk out that door. Oh, cool. I'm gonna walk out the door. No, don't make it be a big thing. Like, the door is open. So, if life opens a door and you don't step through it, life's like, hello, like the door is open, and that actually will change. It will change.
Okay, so the door is open, meaning the door is open.
There's the opportunity to leave. If you want to be somewhere else, go somewhere else.
Yeah, I actually do. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, that's it. And you're like, ooh, I could be that free. Oh, no, that's too bold. Yeah, no, you can be that free.
Yeah. I don't know what freedom is from that perspective. I've been a parent since I was 17. It's like, what? Yeah. Yeah, because I do feel I'm moving energy around, and I'm clearing it, and it just keeps coming, and I'm clearing it, and it's coming.
Yeah. Yeah. And it feels like a this and even more. So like, maybe you have your own place and like you can stay there sometimes and be with your daughter. It doesn't feel like you have to be you have to shut this down in order to choose something else. You could just have this be fluid. Have your place, move forward, step into your life, allow the source resources to come in, and you can still connect there as well. You're just not in the space where you're like, it's this little thread of like, I can't make it on my own.
It
And
is.
it's
So
not
yeah.
true. It's not
Okay,
true.
need somebody. Yeah. And that's not trusting, which is what is the process here. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess, yeah.
See what's
Okay.
possible. You are in a very new energy, and just keep asking, oh, what now in the energy and consciousness I'm in, what's possible now? What gets created now? What could I step into now? What's open? What's available? What will create the most? Step into what will create the most for me, my family, my health, my business, and you'll let that start to present itself to you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I was still stuck in this thing of, okay, when I move into this new energy, I'm going to shift all that other energy, and then everything's just going to be, but it's not. It could be I have to leave for the energy to shift.
Yes, you have to keep choosing. You
Yeah.
have to keep choosing. You have to keep choosing it. You have shifted the energy, which is what allows you to even leave. Like the door doesn't just open. You have to be in a higher space, and then the door opens, and you're like, oh, I'm going to walk through it. You have to keep choosing.
Okay. Right. So this is the learning.
Life's not going to like push you through the door. No, you have to come. You've got to participate with life, but it's a co-creation in that you pick up the phone, right? Like Oprah Winfrey calls and they're like, hey, we want you to come meet Oprah and be on the show. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'll book my plane flight. I'm going to go book my plane flight. Right. And I'm not going to be like, well, I'll just wait until the plane arrives and they pick me up. I'm going to participate, but booking the plane is easy. Trying to beat the door down and make Oprah say yes is not. Right. So it's you receive, and you participate in the co-creation. But that's what it feels like right now. Like, yes, there's an pace of this, which is to let the distillation happen and let the transmutation happen so that the door opens. But the door is opening, like it's open. So for you to like, oh, let me look at apartments. That's a different energy. That's a new energy. That's going to be fun. That's going to be easy. That's going to be expansive. That's a choice. That's the energy I feel is like part of you is like, oh no, someone's going to come drag me away. No, you're going to participate in this. So that little piece of I can't make it on my own, just, oh, what will create the most? I'm ready to step in. I follow my truth. That's the energy you want to be in. And I follow my truth will have you, maybe it's like you go to a coffee shop and someone's like, oh, my friend needs someone to sublet her apartment because she's leaving the country for 6 months. And you're like, oh, that's cool. I'll do that. But you had to follow the inspiration to go to the coffee shop. And you had to say yes to that conversation. So you're participating and co-creating and choosing. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Got it. And it does feel so much lighter. It really does. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, the whole business side of things now is I've worked with one lady and I'm working with a long-term guy who's actually a friend, and he has a condition. So I'm working with him for long-term view.
Okay.
And we're doing Be the Medicine. He's very very open to it, probably because he knows me anyway, so there's trust there. And he has his visualization when he's going to be able to walk without a stick and and we're working on that and nutrition and things. So that's my long-term kind of strategy for like testimonials for practicing this work. And then I have a short term at the moment. I gave a girl 3 sessions for free for a testimonial because I don't have testimonials yet and I'm still testing the water. And then I'm looking now at, well, if I was to make a package, what package would I make? And then what's my offering? So I'm still in the, I don't know what I'm offering, which is really underselling myself because I know I have an offering.
Yeah.
But it's bringing it out and going, okay, it's going to be.
So just ask through the next 2 days, what's the highest offering? What am I calling people into? What am I inviting people into? So if you're in the, what am I inviting people into? In the first piece, okay, so this exchange of 3 sessions for a testimonial, you want to, now you're in that, so that's fine, but you want to actually get a little clarity around, is this really serving the highest for herself, for myself? Because if there was an exchange where she's actually invested, if her investment is, I'll give you a testimonial, well, then is her testimonial really going to be authentic? What's her testimony? Is it like, oh, now you have to give me a good testimonial? And that's fine if you're just in the energy of like, I'm going to practice my art and you're going to share what that created for you. Awesome. But as far as going forward with things like that, I would think just kind of look at what will create the most, because having them invest, they're choosing it. Now they're actually able to receive more, way more. Okay, this is important for you. If they're choosing it, they're able to receive way more. Yeah. And so you can still be in the space of getting clarity on what it creates. But I want you to go from the time 0 you're at right now do I already know this creates something very powerful? Whether it's seen, whether it's unseen, yes, this creates something very powerful. Would I be willing to ask someone to invest? So we're collaborating, they're receiving, we're both receiving, and then look at that. So this is recorded too, so if you need this, then now they're able to receive a lot more from you, and you're going to show up very differently. So you'll, and what's required for you to do that is to actually just trust and allow what comes through, and reside in the knowing that when you do, it creates something really powerful. Like I said, whether you see it, whether you don't. Like if I work with someone and they're like, oh, I've been working with you for 3 months and I still have MS, I'm not like, oh, well, I guess it didn't work. No, I know what's happening. And 100% of them know. I had one session with a woman with MS today and with severe, severe pain. And she finished the session and was like, I know who I am. I know why I'm going through this. I know exactly what's happening. I know what all that has to happen to let my body completely resolve. She didn't have pain at the end of her session. Like it was a massive change, which is awesome. Now, does she quote still have MS? I mean, I don't know what you're going to call it, but let's say she goes to the doctor and they're like, no, nothing's changed. It doesn't matter to me. But let's say she comes at the end of the session and she's like, I don't feel any different at all. I still know, and I'm still willing to choose what I know. I'm like, receive it, take 5 days, take a week. Maybe it's a year before she hears it. I don't care. I'm not going to let my quote faith, trust, choosing what I know to be dependent on that. I know what it created, and there is nothing you can say that will have me not know that. So I'm going to choose it. Choosing it means I don't make it wrong if she calls back and says, why do I still have pain? And what she might do with it. It might take her, usually people have a couple different ways they go with it. And then in the follow-up call, they're like, oh my God, whoa. Because what are they ready for? They're ready for what they're ready for. So choosing it means I continue to let it create in my life. Right. And it's like, all right, you're going to do this. Okay, where are we going? Okay, we'll do this. And I don't go, oh, wait, no, that didn't work last time. Because I don't have that attachment. So not having the attachment lets me see what's actually happening. Then I'm like, holy freaking what? This is amazing. Instead of like what you did in the beginning. Oh, wait, everyone else is expanding, but I'm not. And then you're like, can't see it. So I would say, loosen up around that construct of how you did that, and be willing to look at, wait, what's the real value? So play in the space of what am I actually asking people to step into? And then that will have, like I just did this, honey, on the same other side of this paper, I'm taking notes for you. I'm creating a private retreat for someone I've been working with. And I was like, all right, I'm going to create 2 different options and she can choose. One is maybe a little lower investment and one is a bigger investment. And then it came in, one of them is entering sovereignty. And I was like, whoa, that's massive. That must be the bigger one. It's like, no, that's the smaller one. And then the bigger one is living as the goddess, stepping into your sovereign life and letting that flourish in your world, which is like an even bigger expansion. And then I'll look at like what is included with this one, what is included with that. But the first thing I look at is what am I asking her to step into? So you can have, sometimes I like to play with 2 packages because for me, it works well. So you'll say, what am I asking people to step into? Right. And then there's the people who can step into like, whoa, they just open the door. Just open the door for the rest of their life. They will forever live 2% more free from the delusion.
Okay.
Which is mega. Okay. They just open the door that they're like, whoa, they will never be the same. Okay. And then the other one is maybe a more substantial where they begin creating in that space, manifesting in that space, and really fully stepping in that they're living it and life is reflecting it back. So that one takes more courage because they're going to be in a new world. So that's how I sometimes like to look. And then I'm like, what am I asking that person to step in? Now, it's not me, the Kim self. Well, I'm going to ask her to step into this. It's the wisdom that comes through, what's available for her. And I'll feel my connection with that person and just tune into them. What is life inviting her to right now? And these are 2 ways she can take a step, like a massive all in, or like, whoa, let me just see what this is about. Open the door and begin. So that's a good way to play with it. And if you ask the question, I mean, this is instantaneous for me that I just started writing it down, but it might percolate for a day, a week, a month. You know, it might download bit by bit. The Mind Body Solution for Chronic Fatigue and Chronic Illness is a program that we're creating probably this year, but that one's downloading over like day by day, week by week. And then I'll keep little notes in my phone, and I'll create it in like 2 days. I'll create it, boom, boom, boom. But I want to sit in the receptivity to let it come into my consciousness first. So let it have time, be playful, be light. I can be light with it because I know the program's coming in, and I don't care if the program comes in. Like, I don't think I have to have another program. And so I'm attached. I can play and like, okay, this will come in. So be light with it. And that will let you have the awareness of, what am I asking people to step into? And yeah, you're part of the equation. You are going to grow. You are going to expand. Whenever I do a program with someone, I am receiving it as well.
Yeah, absolutely. When you're working with somebody, your awareness is also like moving. And yeah, and I've resonated so much when you say about the two people, person one, person two, or version one of you and version two, like, you know, the ego and the non-ego and all of that. Like, I could go right into that stuff because I've explored it, but it's deep. So not everybody is gonna, and maybe not yet, you know. It would be for me finding my feet first and just doing like authenticity and you know, awakening to what else is here, you know, and let's explore the power that you do have, you know, the sense of who you are, that is much bigger than the problem you have. So let's explore her.
And so then you can feel what's the essence of that I could put into words, like awakening to your whole self. And maybe the subtitle is letting your body heal through, you know, releasing old belief systems. You know, it's a simple, and that's like your simple package. And then maybe there's a second tier when they do more private work with you, more whatever. So the first one could be like, maybe there's audio recordings. You know, you're going to start to do this, and then there'll be groups, and you can put people into a group and do group calls, and then you have those recorded. And some of the things, like even what we're sharing right here, if this recording would serve so many people to be like, wait, how does she create? Oh, wait, I had that question too. And this is a transmission of consciousness. So they're maybe shifting in that same way. So you'll start creating in ways that someone can receive in like a leveraged way, where you've got audios or calls or whatever, or live group calls that they come into. And then like the higher tier, you're doing more of the work with them, for them, where it's more one-on-one.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah, that I'll have like a simple one and then a deeper one, or maybe a mastermind group, or not a mastermind. I wouldn't call it that, but that idea.
Yes. And you know, I could sit here and tell you like, oh, create this and then create that and da da da. But the most valuable thing is to share with you how to come into the space where that gets created, how to come into the space where you play with this, where you ask questions, where you let the download come in, where you invite the download and you open yourself so that the clarity comes. I mean, that is infinitely more valuable. I've done how many programs I've done where they're like, do this, do this, do this. And you're like, well, if I could do that, I wouldn't be hiring you. So it's so much more important to be in the space and consciousness for this. So what am I asking them to step into? What's the 2 steps of that? The 2 ways we do this. One is they open the door to begin to, whoa, it's a whole different thing. And one is they've fully stepped in, integrated, manifesting, like they're experiencing it to some degree, like not necessarily 100%, just to some degree, they're actually like in it. So, and then you create around that, but always asking questions is going to open you to that receptivity.
Asking the questions. Like I have little notes, like, are they like little notes, like, I embody celestial divine guidance, you know, and then I come into that, but it's to try and do it more frequently, because I found I'm on this course and that mastermind and this thing. And a lot of the stuff that I notice I'm doing is 3D, not 5D. And I'm
yes, it's trying to get it from the outside in. And so this is in 5D to let it come from inside you, within, to come out. Yeah. So for you, the biggest piece is what will create the most and stay in that space. I am fully committed to receiving the highest. And then the second one is I follow my truth. And that has to do a lot more with choosing. Choosing is an action. And like I said, it's an action, not necessarily outer action. It can be just inner action. Like I choose to know the magnitude of what just happened in that session, even if the person's like, I don't feel anything, that I'm like, it's perfect. That the experience looks like this. And then they open in a different time, and usually it's within the next week, or like, it's always there, but I have to choose to see it. I choose to see it.
Okay. This is the learning. This is what I'm going into an unknown zone. So this is where the trust and the faith comes in. It's like, you've got to embrace this. I want this, this is my dream. So as you'd say, what is there I'm not seeing here? That I'm not seeing the magic that's about to happen. Like I'm stuck in but I'll just keep lifting the weights over here. It'll all magically fall on my lap. Then it's not, that's not going to make it work.
Yes. You have to vest in what you know more than what you think. And the way AT Still said it, who's the founder of osteopathy, he said, "No, you are right, and do your work accordingly." And that was a big step for me, to know not the ego is right, that the truth, the knowing is right. Like, whoa, there's this inner knowing that there's something here. And I would treat people osteopathically, and I would just let the treatment go as it went. And what I'd feel, I would just honor what I felt and know, like, yep, this is where we're going to go. Yep, this is what needs to happen. Yep, let's let this expand. And I would just follow that. I would trust my knowing. And before that, it's like the mind. Wait, I don't know. Maybe I'm just making this up. Oh, wait, maybe that doesn't make any sense. And nothing happens.
That's what happens. The confusion comes in. Oh, but what if it's this and it's not that? What if I make the wrong choice? What if, why don't I just wait an hour? And then you're like, no, I think you just need to, I really believe that I'm not doing enough sitting in the present moment.
Yes,
enough.
Ground in the body. So when that happens, wait, what? I don't know. Just ground in the body and tell yourself, Karen, I'm right here. You're awesome. You're amazing, because your first patient is yourself. That person who's like, no, it didn't work. That's you. Right? And when you still have that, then you believe it. Oh, I guess I'm just a failure. No, you're like, Karen, you're awesome. I love you. Let yourself be that grungy self, be grungy and think what she thinks. I do this a lot, and you just have to sit with the one who may seem stubborn. And you're like, it's okay, I'm stubborn. It's okay, there's this part who just will never move. I love you, I love you, I love you. And now expand beyond that, which gives it the space to move. It always will move. So that's the big piece, is to go into your knowing instead of the thinking. You're so genius. You really are. So genius that you even came to this work.
We're nearly there. I'm right on I'm ready to fly, but it's like, don't push me.
Yeah. So just welcome that. The one who's scared. She just keep welcoming her. She's right there. Welcome her. She's afraid to leave your mom's house. She's was it I can't make it on my own. Just welcome. I can't make it on my own. This little one who thinks I can't make it on my own, just tell her, I love you, I love you, I love you. Do not require her to move. Do not require her to flee the nest. Just, I love you, I love you, I love you. Yes, we're right here. It's all here for you. Take all the time you need. Let her hold on to that. Don't require her to let it go. Welcome it.
Being your own client.
Yeah.
Your own therapist.
Yeah.
And that's how you're going to be able to offer from that space as well. Yeah. Got it. Got it. There's this big piece around letting my daughter go, but as you said, maybe it's not. It's probably not that,
Oh, no, no,
because I'm
no,
not
no, it's
actually.
not. You make it big, and then what does that mean? It means what? It's going to take a long time, or it's big, it's going to be really hard. It's big, maybe I won't do it. Whatever that means. No, it's not. It's inevitable. It's happening right now. Just appreciate it and witness it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I guess it is. I guess that it's time for me to do the inner work, really.
Well,
Yeah.
like you said a minute ago, it's what's required is more presence.
Yeah.
People might think that means sitting around doing nothing. It's not. It's showing up more fully in the moment with what is. What is can feel scary. What is can feel heavy. What is can feel hopeless. Yes, yes, yes to all of this. You're glowing.
Thank you.
Keep
Yeah, I think
welcoming those parts and loving those parts. That's it. That's the journey. That's the journey that you're inviting them to. You're not inviting your clients to be perfect. You're inviting them to be whole. Whole is to embrace what is as it is in every moment.
step into all that they are. Yeah.
Yeah. And to embrace what is in the moment as it is, that's what lets the body heal. That's what lets abundance come in. That's what lets ease and opportunities come in.
Yeah. Yeah, I
You're
feel
so
like the work is
beautiful.
done. So are you.
Yeah. All right, keep me posted how you do. The Be the Medicine alumni group is open, so there's people communicating in there. I've had some people who want to do it again, so there's I created a code for anyone who's come through to stay with it and do it again. And we've changed it around a little, so we are including the Awaken Your Business with it, so you have that for the year after, because so many people wanted to continue and stay in the percolation. So that's going to be part of the program now.
Actually, I'm going to sign up to that, but I wasn't sure if you were launching something tomorrow that maybe Awaken Your Business will be included.
That's what we're going to share. That's what we're going to share tomorrow is the Be the Medicine, the Awaken Your Business. And what I wanted to do is have the workshop be like the intro to that, the first session of that. So some people will do the workshop. It's a free workshop. And some people will do the workshop and be in the group. And that's kind of the start of the group. So they understand, like, why is this so powerful? How does this work? How do we create? And they start tapping into it and percolating with it and playing with that realm. And if they're like, oh yeah, hell yes, I am all in for creating in this way, they can come forward and continue. And for anyone else, I think everyone who's in the workshop will have a massive shift in who they know themselves to be and what they know they're part of. Because we're a part of, we're being called to create things in a different way. Oh, you okay? To create the healthcare system in a different way, to create the world in a different way, education system, all of it, finances. And we're all kind of a part of that, and how we're going to create.
That's what I love about what you're doing. You're on the cutting edge. Like it's just so different and it's so fresh what you're bringing to the world. Like, so it's bring it on. Yeah. One of your biggest fans. Yeah,
well,
absolutely.
I'm so grateful we connected. You're amazing. You're so powerful and so beautiful. And you've really, really grounded into what you knew was here. So let that keep showing you.
Okay. Thank you so much.
All right. I love you.
I love you too.
Okay. I'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.